Talk to us about, fight week now that it's here, how you feeling, how was training camp, all those easy opening questions, right?
Man, fight week's great. It's a blessing to be here. Main card, Fox, I'm pumped. Weather's beautiful, couldn't be any better. It's just comfortable, And the more fights I have, the more easier it is. I feel like I'm not even fighting. I'm just a recently full-time fighter. I quit my job, my day job, so now I'm full-time. And it's just a lifestyle now. And I love it. It's just another day now.
After all those years of fighting in California and then Vegas, and then they ship you down to Brazil and Mexico. Now they're shipping you all the way across the country. But at least you're in the States, though. Does that make it a little bit easier?
Yeah. I feel like, they were trying to just test me out, test me afar, bring me over the water, long flights, 15-hour, 20-hour flights, going to Brazil and that. When they called me for the Perry fight, they told me it was in U.S. soil first, and I was pumped. I was pumped for that, just to fight locally. I mean, that's local to me when you're fighting out the country all the time. And I've always wanted to go to, Orlando. And I used to like the Orlando Magic when I was a kid with Shaq and Penny. Like, I've always loved Orlando. And to come here and get to beat up Perry here is a blessing.
I know you had a little bit of a layoff not too long ago, but does it feel like things are starting to click now and you can start getting some momentum and get some fights stacked up against each other?
Definitely. This is like the beginning right now. I've been working hard my whole career to get to this point, and especially after my last fight, getting that bonus, that was some good juice for me. And I believe that the owners, that they did decide that I got the bonus, so I know for a fact they want to see what I could do. So especially for the world to be on the main stage, Fox, Simpsons Fox is big, dude. I'm gonna shine out there.
Is $50,000 life-altering money for you at that point, or was it
yeah.
Christmas?
I worked. I had a good career, and like I said, I always worked. But that 50K let me put that aside, go all in fighting, invest it in myself. So instead of buying a house or buying a car or buying something nice, I paid all my bills for a year, so I don't have to worry about it. And just train, and the fruits of my labor are going to definitely show Saturday.
Then you get the call for a guy like Mike Perry. What are your thoughts when you get that name on the other end of the phone?
Ooh, the funny story is, it was my last day at work. I already put my 2 weeks and decided to quit my job. That last day on my lunch break is when they called me for Perry. So it just lined up perfect. God put it perfect, literally, how, Friday I quit and they call me. And Monday I start full-time fighting. I mean, it couldn't have been a better day. And I was screaming like a little girl in there in the restaurant. They're looking at me like, I was like, I can't swear on here, but yeah, I was excited, man. And it was exciting. I got, yes, like, woo! They're, we're at a restaurant. They're all looking like, what's going on with him? And I'm pumped. I mean, I've wanted to fight Perry for a while. We're cool, And I've known him for a while. And, to get this opportunity, especially for the world, woo, I'm excited. I knew I'd fight him, but I didn't know it would be so soon.
I mean, the numbers are what the numbers are. You're the biggest underdog on the card, and
Good.
They're not my numbers, man.
I love those numbers.
Those are the numbers. So does that make
I haven't even seen it. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I know what I could do. He knows too. He could play this tough role and that, but he knows what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I was going to say, he came in here talking a lot of trash and a lot about respect and that kind of thing. I mean,
that's fine. I've had the banter back and forth, and, I know how he really is. He puts on that show. And he knows what I could do. We're at the Institute together, at the retreat. And, we had the same power. And that was a couple years, that was about 1.5 years ago. So he respects the power. He could act like I'm nothing, but he's going to feel pretty stupid getting beat by someone that's nothing.
You're talking about like in skills?
Yeah. There was a power meter thing, and we were going back and forth, and we were within like 4 or 5 pounds of each other. So he knows. He knows statistically that I could hit. So, don't let him fool you.
He has a tendency to sort of charge in and kind of go all in and throw those hands.
That's bad. That's bad news. That's bad news. He's shorter. He throws wild. He's so open. He can't even hold his hands up past the first round. And, I'm going to make him pay. It's going to be real early if he fights the way he fights and uses his emotion. He's like a bull, and I'm the matador.
That's how you feel like you get it done? You feel like you can go in there and knock him out?
Yeah, definitely. Choke him out, beat him, outdo him. Outdo him. He doesn't have the pace I have. He has knockout power. That's about it. tenacity. He's like a junkyard dog, but he's pretty raw.
Do you have those daydreams about what a win like this does for you for your career? I mean, you're opening up the show on on Big Fox, nationally televised thing. A lot of people might not know who you are.
They're gonna find out. That's why it's such a blessing to me. The last guy I fought, Dos Santos, he won. And he's on the undercard in like London fighting Jack Marshman. So for me to lose that fight, get fight night, then I'm fighting Mike Perry in front of millions. I mean, that shows you something. They know what I could do, and like I said, they want the world to see, and they will. I mean, I'm not even worried about how it's gonna end. I just want to be victorious, and the world will know me. Flat out, Max Payne.
What was the job that you left?
I worked for corporate real estate. I worked for Blue Shield of California, so basically building operations for a corporation, healthcare company. Do all this stuff. It's basically like property management, but for a business. You know what I mean? So it was busy, cubicle, day job. Dressed nice. I haven't worn jeans in about 2 months. I'll tell you that. I've been wearing sweats, shorts. I wore jeans on Valentine's Day. So I've been living comfortable, and it's a life changer.
So when you trained, was it at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m., just fitting it around whenever you could?
No, I worked in the day. I worked 50-hour weeks. So I trained at about 6 in the morning, about 7:30, 8 o'clock. Worked about 5, and trained from about 5 to 10, 11. For the last 10 years. So now, I know how to schedule my time, my recovery. I wasn't getting my sleep. I was getting 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night for the last 10 years. So now I sleep in. I get up when I want, train, recover, train, recover. It's a business, and it's going to show. I'm so blessed.
Now that you went all in, you paid your bills, now that you have this year that you can go all in, what would make it a successful year? Is it make the top 15, top 10?
I wanted to be ranked. That was my goal for 2018, just be ranked. Get ranked, have some big fights, and then, we got this Perry thing. He's big. He's popular on this thing. They're gonna be pretty upset when I beat him up. Seriously. It's gonna be a shocker. I'm gonna shock the crowd. I'm not gonna shock anyone I know. Or people that really know me or know what I could do. And UFC is only seen about 10% of what I could do. I went to the institute, the Performance Institute, last few weeks ago, and the trainers, I did all these diagnostics. I had like highest numbers I've ever seen, flat out. They're like, come check these numbers out, Clint. Come look at these numbers. So for me to get validated, to do these tests like athletically and mentally, and for them, I mean, they see everyone in the world, for them to look at mine and be like, holy, you know what I mean? That's big. That's more validating for how hard I work, and I'm a beast. I know that, but to have the numbers to back it, I mean, it's just that much more confidence.
How is that going to feel on Saturday, coming into a hostile crowd, maybe, or at least be the non-hometown guy?
I mean, I've been to Mexico City on election week when Trump was getting elected. I'll tell you that. The American flag, that was not a good time to be in Mexico. I'll tell you that. Boo! All these names throwing beer at me when I was walking out. Dude, honestly, the crowd loving you is cool. It is. Fighting at home and that. But it's a different feeling when the country hates you. It makes you an animal. It turns you into a monster. I already am, but it's a different mentality. And when I went to fought Eric Montani out there, he lasted like 50 seconds, in Mexico. And I can't wait. I love it. The energy is good. I'm really in the energy, and I use both energies, good, bad, but bad just, sorry, it's gonna change, definitely gonna change.
You're fighting the hometown guy, but I got to give some love to the hometown. I work for ESPN with Disney Company. This is the land of Disney things. So I'm asking everybody else, if you were a Disney character, a Disney movie character, it could be Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, what Disney movie character would best describe you?
It's funny, he tried to call me Goofy from, he put some post on something like that, but what Disney character would I be? All right, Wolverine. I've always been a Wolverine fan. I was at the Institute, like I already said, and they had this thing called the Omega Wave that they hook up. It's an EKG and a DC. It really reads your body and says how your readability for to train like all these levels. I mean, it's scientific. The guy Roman, he created it. And I trained all day for hours. My coach had me running the 60-pound weight vest. I mean, I'm dead. They put me in the sleep pod. Yeah, 'cause I totally overtrained. If you ask me, I totally overtrained. Get in this sleep pod. He says, you know, sleep in that for 10 minutes. He's Romanian, you know. And he's like, take a seat, you know. So I sat down in that thing, put this thing on. You know, it says it takes like 5 minutes. It scans on your phone. He's like, oh my God, you like Ivan Drago, Rocky IV. How is this green? It was all green. So I recovered all the way. My mental, my stress levels, my mind, like all. So basically the Omega Wave is like a diagnostic for your car, but it hooks up to your body. So you train and you have a hard workout. You hook it up and it tells you, you know, you need to take it easy, you know, don't go on speed. You know, take it easy today. But literally I put that on after training for like 6 hours that day. All greens. He's like, how is this possible? So I'm like, Wolverine, the fact that I could recover that well, my body's a real machine. Scientifically, he was blown away. Blown away. So I'm Wolverine. I mean, I recover and you can't kill me.
So he called you Goofy. Who would you call him? Who's his character?
He's a clown, man. I don't know. He's like Gaston or something. But he's like Gaston and Beauty and the Beast, dog. Just, you know, he's fake, man. He's fake. I'm going to beat him up. He has confidence issues, you know. He tries to act all tough and that. He's not even from Orlando. He's like from Michigan or something. But, you know, he could talk all he wants. And, yeah, he just has that pompous, he's so cool, you know, and tough. And doesn't intimidate me. He's a clown to me. He is.
He did come in here with a shirt with a lion on it. I mean, not that that's not
See
cool.
what I'm saying?
It's kind of cool, though.
Yeah, you know.
It's not a suit.
Yeah, you know how, yeah, I want to say a lot of the success he has is bullying these guys. He thinks they're scared of him, and he plays this tough role. He's clowning me. He didn't intimidate me when I got the call for Dos Santos, I was like, okay, let's go. This fool's, you know, he's no joke. Perry, didn't have 1 ounce of fear. You know, I know the guy. I whooped him in cornhole. I did. I did.
Like the actual.
At the retreat, I beat him in cornhole, yeah.
Anything else?
That's the best predictor I've heard.